Hello and welcome back to World Talks here on TVP World. I'm your host, Diana Skaya. Germany has reintroduced controls within the European Schengen zone and all land borders. Now, the move is set to last for 6 months, and what Germany deems as necessary in order to mitigate risks related to terrorism and serious cross-border crime, particularly after the recent Solingen stabbing incident, which involved a Syrian asylum seeker. Now, many EU citizens are already feeling the strain at the border, especially residents who live in one country and who have to drive to work in another. And now to tackle this question and whether Germany's new border controls could actually end up getting revoked by Brussels, and how are these new laws going to affect the entire region? Now, joining me to discuss this and more is Maciej Pawłowski, migration expert at the Institute of New Europe. Maciej, thank you so much for being with me here this morning on TVP World.
Thank you for having me.
Maciej, with Germany's reintroduction of border controls, how likely is it that the EU Commission is actually going to challenge or be able to revoke these measures, given the Schengen zone's commitment to open borders? I think this is a question that everybody really wants to know.
There's the questions about the German power inside the European Union, because all the world says and think that the Germany is the leading country. And now we will see, is it true or not? Because if Germany is really the leading country, as the people said, the European institution will not do anything. But maybe that's not the truth. Maybe we had already constructed the community, and other countries would put the pressure on Germany with the European institution. And I hope it will happen, because the situation where the borders of the biggest economy of the European Union are closed cannot last long, because it will be destruction of the Schengen zone, and all countries, neighbor countries, all European countries will pay a huge price for this kind of German behavior.
So you just mentioned exactly Germany. Well, Germany has recorded more than about 160,000 asylum applications this year alone, which is really significantly quite more than another EU country. So why Germany, if you can just tell me in a couple of briefly?
That's easy. That's the biggest economy in the European Union. And comparing to France, which is also the country which attracts a lot of migrants, in Germany, the cost of life are lower than in France, and the salaries are higher. So everyone who knows about this reality wants to go to the Germany, because the life there is easy in the economic issues. Yes, and you see, also the big country and strong. For example, there are countries where the level of life is higher, like Luxembourg or Belgium, but not everyone is aware of that. And of course, the markets of these countries are limited, cannot create a job for a lot of people. German market is extremely big, so the people from outside the Europe wants to go there, wants to work. Also, the social benefits are high. So that's the country where you can live a good life in the economic matters, and a lot of migrants already know it.
But now, is closing the borders actually a way to deal with illegal migration, as Germany says it's doing?
I think there's some kind of psychological action at first to show the migrants and the other countries that the Germany is not the country who takes the refugees and migrants unconditionally. So they want to show at first to other European countries that they need some solidarity and share of migrants. This kind of ideas are circulating since 2015, but most of countries are disagree, especially from Central Europe. And the second issue, they want to show the migrants that it's not so easy to come to Germany. I hope that's the temporary action. Also, there is a internal politics influence in some lands of Germany. The radical right took a very good result in the land elections. And that's how the government also find that that society is counter illegal migration, so they have to adapt their policy to the society demands to not lose the power in the future.
So you're just talking about adaptability, right, and society's demands. But how is this the fact that Germany just yesterday reinstated all these border controls? How is this going? How are these land border checks going to play on the broader EU policy debate on migration?
Definitely in the future, European Union will take tougher measures counter illegal migration. That's sure, because if the most influential and the most important country in the Europe takes the tough solutions, it means that the other countries will follow. So that's the first thing. I think that the Frontex, European Border Guard, will achieve another competences, and we will find out that that will be not easy to come to European Union. And other issue, I think that the European countries will also cooperate closer with Northern African countries, with Balkan countries, all of them who are neighboring countries, and they will offer them some money to achieve the migrants. This kind of cooperation takes place since many years, but I think it will be more and more closer. And what's also the case, probably this kind of neighboring countries will become some kind of filter for migrants, and probably European companies will establish some kind of selection of centers when they will select the migrants, do for them formation, and take those migrants who can adaptate in their society in a labor market, because also that's also important issue. We have a shortage of workers in several professions, especially in physical works. But we have to take the people who are trained and who can adapt to this kind of professions, like Mason, for example, and probably we have to also more adapt the migrants to the European lifestyle, because it start to make problems. So probably there will be put huge money to the neighboring countries to make some kind of training for migrants who wants to and asylum seekers who wants to come to Europe, to make them adapt to European lifestyle.
Now, would you say that this is actually the end of an open door policy, the end of Schengen and what the Schengen originally, its values meant when it was established?
I think that it's still only the demonstration, I hope, because the destruction of Schengen area would cost a lot when the goods will not circulate, because the circulation of people is one thing, but there also comes the trucks with stuff. And Germany is the country who is living from the exportation. If the other countries will put counter sanction on Germany, will also close the borders, the German exportation will fall down. So or will become more and more expensive. So it cannot last long, this kind of action. And I think that's the demonstration at first to the German society, that we take care about your fear of illegal migration, and for the European institution and other European countries to show them, make something common together to stop illegal migration, to stop the fears of our society. And because I cannot even imagine the destruction of Schengen zone, it would destroy the European economy.
And just very briefly, if you can tell me in just quick words, because we're almost out of time, do you think that this is going to impact and put strains on Polish-German relations?
I think so, yes. Already the Prime Minister Donald Tusk said that it's not acceptable, this kind of policy. We have a lot of transportation companies which are in general the most important in this sector in European Union. And if the German borders will still be closed, our companies will lose a lot of money. And I think that will be a huge fight, and probably the German opposition will try to look for some connection with Polish religion.
Thank you so much, Maciej Pawłowski, migration expert at the Institute of New Europe, for being with us. And that's all for this edition of World Talks. I'm Diana Skaya. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more news here on TVP World.